What's up? Dennis here, Analog Archives. Doing something a little different today. This one goes out to my boy Matt over at Dark Path. He's doing a little contest, 1,000 subscribers. So cheers, Matt. Congrats on the 1,000 subs, brother. Go check out his channel. He does a lot of deep dives, all sorts of genres, mainly death and black, and he does some electronic, some hip hop, but for the most part, it's death and black. But he'll do deep dives into certain bands, into their discography. Pretty cool stuff. Also, check it out. I did a video with him. Shit, must be close to about over a year ago on hip hop or rap. That was pretty good. Go check that one out. Just kind of a discussion about it. Alright, so his contest is called A Nice Pair. So it's basically albums that you would pair together for whatever reason. Either they just sound good together or there's some reason why you pair them together. Sorry, it's fucking hot here today. But anyways, and I'm in the fucking garage and it's boiling. Alright, so first one, and it's all gonna be cassette. I'm doing mine all cassette, all OG cassette. Put a little bit of a spin on it. I mean, for the contest, I'm pretty sure you can use whatever you want. CDs, vinyl, cassette. Just no MP3s, man. Wait, can you show MP3s? Anyways, first off, we have Possessed, Seven Churches. Of course, everyone knows this, and I pair it with Voivod, War and Pain. And the reason why is I actually bought these at the same time together back in high school, and there was a warehouse. I don't know if you guys remember Warehouse, but there was a warehouse maybe like 10-15 minutes from the school. So we would just all get in the car and go down to Warehouse sometimes on our lunch break. We had like in between classes where you could do whatever you wanted. So we'd head down to Warehouse, and I bought those, and I remember I didn't buy cassettes. I bought the vinyl, but for some reason I didn't have a bag, and I was just walking around with those records, and you know, the older metal guys were like, "What the fuck's that, dude?" I'm like, "This is Voivod," and they had never heard of them. They've heard of Possessed, but I was always that kid that always had to have like whatever was coming out new. So I grabbed those, and I just remember it being kind of a cool thing walking around school with them, and obviously they're fucking rule. Up next, I have Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss, and I believe this is my original cassette that I bought, mixed with Above the Law, Living Like Hustlers, and this came out, I want to say, let's go 91, 90? Not 91. This had to be like 90, maybe, I'm guessing. But anyways, I remember buying this when it came out, and I would just jam it in my car all the time, and then this came out. If you guys aren't familiar with Above the Law, they're from Compton as well. 90s rap. This album's fucking amazing, man. Super funky, almost along the lines of like a funkier, sound-wise, a funkier, I would say, Public Enemy, but lyrically, nothing like that. This was more gangsterish, but not NWA type of shit. This was more smooth, pimp shit. But yeah, love this record. Still love this record. One of my favorite rap records. And the reason I pair these together, obviously, because I used to play them all the time together, because I didn't have a shit ton of tapes in the car, and I want to listen to the shit I just bought. And I was picking up my girlfriend at the time, like almost on the daily. I'd pick her up, and at a donut shop, and we'd go and hang out. And I remember always playing this. So, and then she eventually got into that stuff too. All right, up next, I have Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath, mixed with Slayer, Hellaweight. And these are a perfect pair to go together. Obviously, I don't need to say much about either of these. Very dark albums. And at the time, super satanic in my eyes as a kid. Especially Slayer, this is my all-time favorite record of all time. I said that like 6 times. Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath, another fucking banger. Man. And Slayer was influenced by this record a lot, so on Hellaweight. So you can kind of hear. I mean, this is Slayer's most technical record, in my opinion. And just both these albums are just fucking satanic masterpieces. Love both these. Love all the riffs. Super fucking badass stuff. Up next, some Bay Area thrash. If you're gonna pick some Forbidden Evil, you go with some Sadist, self-titled Certain Death, I think they used to call it, Chemical Exposure. This is the original cassette, and it has a different cover than the vinyl. I used to have the vinyl, but I traded it, dumbass. And it had the other cover with like a demon coming out of some pit or something. And then Forbidden Evil, aka Forbidden. This was their original name. They went by Forbidden Evil, then they changed their name to Forbidden. Just classic, fast, in-your-face, fucking pummeling thrash. Love both those. It's a great pairing if you want to listen to some Bay Area thrash that's not, Exodus or fucking Metallica. Alright. Up next, we got the Mighty Repulsion. Horrified. Loved this record when it came out. Still do. One of my all-time favorite records. And you mix that with some Impetigo, Ultimo Mondo Cannibali. I like Core of the Zombies better, but I love this record. Definitely brings back good memories. This is the Wild Rags release. I believe it's been reissued multiple times. This is a Polish boot. Still looking for the Relapse version, if anybody knows anybody selling it, but I always seem to miss it, but on the hunt. And they talk about basically, I mean, you guys know Impetigo. Very horror movie influenced, just fucking amazing shit. So check that out if you haven't heard it. Up next, we have, speaking of horror influence, Necrophagia with Season of the Dead. Another one of my top 10 all-time favorite records. This is the new Renaissance Records press. This has been re-released. I got a re-release cassette of this as well, and I think Nuclear War's putting out a splatter vinyl or something coming up. So check that out. It's on pre-order. I already have like a repress of the vinyl, the original vinyl, picture disc, so I'll probably pick up the other one too. And then pair that with Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black Mark. So the reason I picked these two for pairing is when I was in my band back in the day, these were two huge influences I was listening to at the time while we were making music. And not so much musically, because I didn't write any of the music, I just did the vocals. I wrote the lyrics though. But they were influenced by the main songwriter as well, my best friend. So he would only hear music from me. So I mean, he had the Season of the Dead, but he would always hear new stuff from me. So it was a huge influence on our band at the time, along with other bands like Postmortem and Sepultura, early Hellhammer, that kind of shit. That's what we were into. Alright, up next, a couple of bangers here, man. Excel and Split Image, one of the best crossover records ever. Saw these guys multiple times live, always put on a great show. Even their reunion shows were awesome, man. And you pair that with another Venice band, No Mercy, Widespread Bloodshed, and I believe these are on the same label. I think they were on Suicidal Records, if I'm not mistaken. It just says Caroline, but yeah, Suicidal Records. I don't know if Mike owned both those labels, or that label. I'm assuming he did. But yeah, these are both on Suicidal Records, and both these bands are actually featured on the Welcome to Venice comp, which fucking bangs. Has all the Venice bands on it: Suicidal, No Mercy, fucking Beowulf, Excel, a couple others. But fucking, if you guys haven't heard these and you like crossover, I'd definitely check those out. Definitely in my top 10 crossover records of all time. And just great to pair with, especially having a couple beers, just chilling outside. Can't go wrong with some crossover. Up next, we got the Grind Masters, Brutal Truth. This album just fucking destroys, man. Extreme Conditions. Shit fucking just fucking pummels your face. Super heavy breakdowns and just fucking grind madness. And you pair that with some fucking Spice One, America's Most Wanted. Fuck, man. America's Nightmare. I don't know where I always say America's Most Wanted every time. America's Nightmare with the Triple K. Just a fucking banger of a fucking Bay Area rap album. Bay Area's answer to Ice Cube. But this dude has his own style, and the fucking beats on this are just fucking sick, man. You put these two together, man, you got a fucking day. You got a day right there. Strap on the side, fuck, man. Just fucking gangster shit. Tupac's on here on a couple songs as well. So you know what you're gonna get. Some fucking Bay Area OG fucking G-Funk gangster shit. Spice One doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. But yeah, bangers, bangers. Alright, last one. So back in college, I remember these albums came out and I would always play them in my tape deck, and being in college, you know, you get the fucking, I want to listen to like some more, I want to expand my mind more, and these two albums kind of did, and I felt like I was a cool dude because I listened to this all the time. But I mean, they're banger albums anyways. But Bod Nothing Face, I mean, it's basically stuff you can be like, oh, what do you listen to? Oh, I listen to Voivod, and I also listen to Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. I'm very, educated on music. I listen to obscure stuff, but this one actually was super obscure. I mean, nobody knew what the fuck this was back in 90 or 89, whenever these came out. I'm guessing around that time. But I would blast this shit all the time. Driving around, I had these two fucking Jensen 10-inch speakers I had mounted in the back of my truck, like right behind the seats. I would just fucking crank that shit up, drive around the parking lot, and yeah, that was a shit, man. Both of these albums are classics. Love both of these, still do. So, but back in the day, you know, they were a little experimental, especially the Voivod, and you know, nobody was listening to that, the way that they did their music. And of course, Public Enemy is way ahead of their times. Very political album. Just nobody was actually doing that at the time, so you know, they're pioneers. But anyways, that's all I got. Go check out Dark Path. I'll leave a link to his video, and do the contest, man. I'm sure you can find some pairs of records you like. Check out the other ones too. There's some cool shit out there, so go support the scene. Alright, later.